Hey guys, my name is Simpzy and welcome to the first episode of my Empire Total War Darthmod campaign as the United States. Yes, this might be a surprise to some of you seeing as I've never done an Empire campaign. So, let's get into the first episode of the United States. So we are playing on Darthmod, as I just said. So guys, this is my first ever campaign of Empire Total War. Didn't really get into it when it released, but over the last couple of weeks I've gotten stuck back into it, and I thought, why not do a campaign seeing as I haven't done one? So, in saying that, let me know in the comment section down below all constructive criticism to the campaign. Obviously, this is my first campaign on YouTube. I want you guys to kind of critique me, and all constructive criticism is welcome in the comment section down below. So if you would like to support this series on my channel, please leave a like if you want to see more, and subscribe if you haven't to keep up to date with the campaign. So we are playing as the United States, and obviously, let's get into the campaign now. Let's get into what my plan is for the campaign, and then we'll go through all the technologies and stuff. So obviously, we start off with the east coast of America. We're probably going to go to war with Great Britain. I would imagine that would be very soon. We're currently, where are we? Here. We're currently allies with France, at war with the Barbary States, but we have trade with Sweden, United Provinces, and Spain. So obviously, I want to take the most settlements in North America. Obviously, allies with France, we won't be able to take some settlements here, Upper Louisiana, New Orleans, and whatnot. But we're going to be able to take out the Cherokee nations, the Confederacy here. So I want to try consolidate my hold in North America, maybe taking a couple of the plain nations. But I probably want to get an alliance with Spain, even though they do hold most of South America. But there's a fair amount of British settlements in the Americas. So once we've gotten rid of Great Britain and we've got a decent economy, I want to sail over to Europe. I think that's probably the next logical step. Let's go take England back. And yeah, I want to obviously invade Edinburgh, Dublin, and London, take that for myself. I would also like to launch an invasion in India, basically just take all of Great Britain's territory. India is a huge powerhouse, and as I know in my Austrian campaign, I will quickly actually just show you the save. I played 100. This was the first campaign I did off camera that really got me back into it. 103 turns played as Austria, which was really quite interesting, seeing as Austria was a landlocked nation, and obviously I didn't have a port. I think I might have had one in Croatia, but it was really quite underbuilt. But far out, India was absolutely awesome to take and a lot of fun. So guys, if you are enjoying Empire Total War and would like to see more, if this campaign gets a good sort of vibe, I will do more on it. So let's get into the campaign. So let's have a look at our governors first. Enough chit chat setting up the campaign. Right, let's have a look at our ministers. Obviously we have our president here, which obviously looks like George Washington a bit. Probably is. Okay, now something I've got a question about. Now obviously when you see your cabinet, when they have 0-0, I always just kick them out, obviously, because to try to get someone else. Does that, like, make your president too bad, or your faction leader? I'm not entirely sure. Like, does it give him negative traits, or is it... Yeah, I'm really too sure about that. So there's a question for you guys. Trade-wise, trade is absolutely essential in this game, so we want to get on top of that as quickly as possible. So I think that's all right at the moment. Diplomatic relations, let's go into diplomacy. At the moment, we're currently allies with France. I want to get a lot more allies before I go to war with Great Britain. They most likely will declare war on me, and this is my first Darthmod Let's Play, because I was umming and ahhing what campaign to do. I was umming and ahhing between Sweden, Great Britain, and then I thought, why not do the United States? That'd be absolutely awesome. I've got a lot of American followers, and I love America, to be honest, so why not? And, yeah. So, what was I doing? Trade rights. Okay, we're getting alliances. So, United Provinces. Let's get an alliance with the Dutch. 1,300 demand. I'm quite happy to accept that. Sweden, an alliance. The Swedes might not accept. No. Spain, obviously, control a lot of South America, Central South America, obviously, in Spain as well. So let's offer a reliance. Rejected. Okay. Russia and Prussia. I think Prussia's too far away. Doesn't have that many territories. The Ottoman Empire. I want to get some trade rights, but settings you can trade. Okay, right. I don't have enough trade nodes as imports at the moment, so I only can trade with a certain amount of people. So I'm trying to think what is the best to trade with. Should I trade with Russia, the Ottoman Empire, I don't want to trade with Great Britain because I think that'd be quite stupid. We're probably going to go to war with them soon. So I think it's between Russia and the Ottomans. I think the Ottomans, seeing they have a lot of Asia Minor, Greece, and Syria, I think I want to trade with them because obviously I don't think we're going to have I don't know. I think they'll have more resources than Russia, and Russia, yeah. Right, I think it'd be benefit going with the Ottomans. See, as you said, we can't get any more trade. What about in minor factions? No. So let's actually get into research and technology. Now, obviously, because we are playing a late Darthmod campaign, most of my technology actually is has been researched. So don't really know what to go into overly. Probably go into military, seeing it's already done. I usually go straight for cabinets and just basically bayonets and stuff. So what does this do? Charge bonus for bayonets, diamond formation. Alright, so let's get into that. Right. The thing with Darthmod, and especially Empire, it does take a little while to build things up. So I will try to get a battle in today's episode, but don't be surprised if I don't. So we're going to be rallying up at Boston, of course, and Philadelphia, which is our capital. We've got a couple of good generals here, which is absolutely great, but I don't want to be going too aggressive just yet because obviously we don't have the biggest economy. What are we working with down here? We'll send everyone up except for those 3 units. I probably will disband the equivalent sort of units up in the north. But let's see what we will. Yeah, I don't really like these sort of units. Obviously, we have a variety, but the Continental Marines, the 1st Delaware, and the line infantry I really do like. So let's get straight into recruiting as many of the best quality units as possible, and then we'll just fill the rest with line infantry. I really do like line infantry, so that's always good to start things off. Actually, I probably should get some cannons from Boston. Or maybe I should get some cannons from... Yeah, maybe we're better off just recruiting cannons at Philadelphia. Okay, let's go with some line infantry here. So, also, obviously, trade and naval is going to be a huge part of this campaign. Obviously, we're going to have to defend our coast from the British. So, I'm trying to think, what's our standing naval at the moment? 3 units. I do know for a fact that Boston, is it Boston? No. Yorktown has a decent port in Virginia. So I want to put trading posts mostly everywhere else. Probably a good idea to upgrade our docklands, but we want to have a decent fleet. So I'm going to build a lot of 4th-rate ships. They do cost a lot of money, but they're going to be worth protecting our border. Obviously want to send out... I don't know if I should send out this army now, or wait 2 turns until we get some 4th rates, because we want to get on those trade nodes, which obviously goes to Brazil. Most of them will be occupied at the moment, but I do know for a fact that the ones in Brazil aren't occupied in the early game, so there is still a couple of them free. So we'll send this ship down, even though we are leaving our coastline pretty undefended. But if we can get on that trade node, obviously we can send ships further. Let's just hope there's no pirates. Okay, so we've got those ships being recruited. Let's go into going through my settlements. How are we going, like, middle class, taxes? Everyone seems to be sort of happy. Obviously, I want to go with infrastructure. I want to be able to move my armies around the east coast of America, and we've basically spent all our money. Obviously, we are recruiting a lot of new... I don't like any of those units. Obviously, it is a little bit risky, but we simply can't afford them if we're bringing in so many new troops. So we've ended the first turn. Military access for a single payment. We have an alliance with them. We don't particularly need technologies. I'll give you military access. For military access, or maybe we could try to get a region off them. Do they have a... They do. They have a region in India. That would be quite cool. Maybe starting things off if they would accept. I don't think they will, though. We'll offer military access indefinite. Yeah. No harm in trying. No harm in trying. But like I said, guys, let me know in the comment section down below any constructive criticisms you have to the campaign. Holy shit, we've gone through 10 minutes just basically summing up the campaign. Obviously, I want to try conquer North America as much as possible. We'll push over to Europe, depending on who declares war on us. I want to obviously take Great Britain's settlements all over the world as quickly as possible. We can start a crusade in India. Obviously, once we have a foothold in Europe, maybe we could push upon and maybe even betray France. Who knows? But we'll see. But obviously, it's going to be a slow start to the campaign. Obviously, we're building up. We're not being too aggressive. So I hope you guys still do enjoy. So we've got alliance broken, Great Britain and Austria. Nice. The hot air balloon. War declared Poland, Lithuania versus Austria, Spain and Great Britain. And my voyage has arrived here. Now, as you see here, some of the trade nodes aren't taken, so we want to get on top of that as quickly as possible. So what does that give us instantly? 840. And what are we trading? Sugar, which is awesome. So 2 more turns, we'll get some more ships. We'll send those down, and then the rest can stay there. Okay, I want to put money into the economy. But I also want to get back on top of being recruited. So let's have a look at what we can actually build here. Farms, obviously, increase population and growth. Mines, minus happiness, but that gives a lot of region wealth. So I want to go with a mixture of basically everything. Obviously, I want my happiness as well. I don't want to be just fleecing the Americans. Wouldn't mind actually building a school here, so we can start unlocking technologies. So let's go through here. Probably shouldn't build that expensive. I don't want to really spend too much on expensive stuff. How much is cotton going for? We've got a lot of natural resources here in North America, which is good. Oh, wow. Okay, so it's a really, really high commodity. So we're definitely going to be putting more money into our cotton industries. We'll put the rest into farms and machinery and whatnot. Right. Okay, let's move my armies up to Pennsylvania, Philadelphia. And we're starting to recruit a decent army. Agents-wise, I don't really know if we're going to be using them overly that much. But we're probably going to be going to war with the Cherokee nations first. That's if Great Britain doesn't declare war on me. So, like I said, obviously we're gonna build up. I was actually umming and ahhing whether or not to not record this part, because obviously it's going to take a while before we can get 2 full stacks. That's where I'm going to be full confident before we even attack the Great Britain, unless they attack me. But yeah, this is a great sort of feeler sort of video. If you guys like it, I'm going to produce more content. But it should be a really fun campaign, something a little bit different, and I hope you guys do enjoy. So those ships are being constructed there. But any tips are absolutely welcome. Like I said, this is my first campaign on YouTube. I have done a Great Britain campaign when the game first came out, but I don't know, I just preferred Medieval 2 and didn't really like the whole gunpowder thing, which has changed now. I only just got back to it. And that Austria campaign was a lot of fun. I wouldn't actually mind doing another Austrian campaign again. A little bit odd that I chose Austria, though, if I do say so myself. I feel like it's a very obscure, like I said, it was a landlocked faction, so it took a while, but a lot of fun, nevertheless. So we've got some fur markets here. Obviously, I don't really want to blow too much of my money, but the more money you put into the economy, the better you're going to come out of it. Iron Workshop, 700 wealth. Yeah, so obviously we're slowly building up our armies. We got some Continental Marines. Oh, I didn't even think about this. We could actually do some names. Maybe we'll see about that, if I can be bothered. Right, let's continue to recruit. We've nearly got a full stack. We'll send this troops to Philadelphia. We also want to get some artillery from there as well. But it looks like the Cherokee nations are posturing a little bit. We probably should renegotiate with Spain to try and get an alliance. But if you don't like the idea of me taking the Americas, invading India, even betraying Great Britain, maybe I should, I don't know, fight someone else. Let me know in the comments. All constructive criticism is welcome in the comment section down below. But by this rate, we're nearly 15 minutes into this part. I don't think we are going to have a battle, but I will try as much as possible. So these ships have come. Now they should be able to hold, which is fantastic. Saxony has been destroyed, and with those ships, my economy's boosted up a little bit. Right, but I do want to have a standing fleet in America, or otherwise we're going to be in a very, very bad situation. I'm positive that those were the best ships I could actually build. I'm not being crazy. No, they were the best ones I can build. Right, I want to get those cannons in. I like to have 3 cannons per army and 4 units of horsemen. And I guess tactic-wise as well, I obviously have to adapt very quickly. But it looks like the English are posturing on the border. Nothing I should be too worried about, I think. I probably should send out my agents. I don't know, I just never really find agents that useful in this. But there are a few. Right, let's renegotiate with Spain. We might have to give them a little bit of money. Because having Spain as an ally will be absolutely huge in the campaign. So I'm quite happy to nearly give them 3,000 of my money. Military access. Wow. Their demands, military access infinite, they will offer me 6,200. I'll give you military access if you give me a military alliance. If you give it to me as well. How about that? Their demands military access for 20 turns. They'll offer me 4,900. That's actually a decent money. However, I'm not really too sure about having Spanish roll through my lands, because that might give them an incentive to attack. That is a lot of money, though. But I do want to try squeeze an alliance out of them. How about I don't offer you? I'll offer you indefinite military access. I don't want any of it. I want to get this alliance cemented, because later on we can obviously ask for it once our relations are a bit better. So, accept it. Right. We actually can trade with some more people. So we'll trade with Russia now. Not too much trading is going on with Russia in real life. We can trade with Afghanistan. Interesting. But no, let's actually start trading with some of these major factions, such as Austria and Prussia. So let's start trading with Austria. Or maybe we're better off not. Maybe we're better off trading with some of the obscure factions, maybe such as the Marathian Confederacy. They are allies with Great Britain and with Persia, though. Could get some decent trade through them, though. Let's have a look at my trade. So, trading with the Ottoman Empire, 2,000. Trading with Russia, 2,000. Wow, that is awesome. We are getting more money just trading with the Ottomans compared to trading with the Dutch, the United Provinces, which is really quite interesting. Lucky I went for that alternative. Right, okay, let's have a look at this army. Nathaniel, John, and Anthony Wayne. Right, this army looks pretty awesome. We got 4 units there. I would like some more artillery, though. We'll move this just here in this army. So obviously my artillery is slowly coming along. I want 2 full stacks before I even think about declaring war upon Great Britain. They could quite possibly attack me. If they don't, and we manage to get 2 full stacks before, I most likely will attack the Cherokee nations, because they don't have any allies. However, if I go to war with the Confederacy, might be different something. So what do they want to give? Okay. Really? That is interesting. It's interesting, but I won't do it. The Marathian Confederacy offered me a territory on the mainland of India if I give them Falmouth. No, sorry, Poland, Lithuania. Everyone declares war on you. Yeah, that would have been... I don't really want to give any settlements on the east coast of England. This must be really weird if you're American. Watching an Australian. I don't know. Uprise against the British. Right, okay. Let's continue. The cannons are nearly done. Like I said, I want 3 cannons per army. So that should be coming along nicely. How old is he? 39. 44 full-star command. 5-star command. Yep, we'll swap you out. I want to keep an eye on my ministers now. Oh, we're not actually too happy in Boston. So obviously we want to fix up some repression sort of buildings before that gets way too out of hand. Happiness. We can upgrade our units, but I don't really want to at the moment. Ministers. Let's have a look at what we're working with here. Let's kick him out. Be a little bit better. Okay. -1 happiness to middle class, -1 happiness to lower class. So that is actually obviously an option. Well, an effect of that. I might move my agents around a little bit better. The one thing I don't like about Empire Total War is sieges. I really fucking hate. I love the line battles, but I hate forts and sieges in this. And I feel like that's sort of the same across all Total War. At this point in time, when you've done a medieval fucking siege about 100 times, the Ottomans are taking a little bit longer to load. I don't really know why that is, but yeah, anyway, because like I feel like sieges aren't really tactically sound. Obviously, they are quite boring. It's just all sort of no tactics, just grinding. I wonder why the Ottomans are taking so long to do their turn. I do believe this is a common occurrence in Darthmod. I'll just keep an eye on my timer. If it goes any longer, I will pause the video. Oh no, they're going now. That was even with my super fast SSD, so it was roughly around about 30 seconds that took. So if that gets stuck on the Ottomans more, I'll have to seriously have a look at that. But I do have a Samsung SSD. It's for 500 megabytes. Sorry, gigabytes. The read-write rate is 500. It's like 547, I think. It's close up there, so it's pretty fucking good. Let's have a look. We're not. Yeah, it's slowly getting better. 4 more turns until we get some more happiness buildings, but maybe with a governor in there, they might repress it a bit more. All right. We nearly have our full standing army. Soon. Alright, let's get rid of these. General's bodyguard, 4. So, yeah. Once I get 1 more cannon in there, I will be satisfied with this army. We're still recruiting a huge fleet, because we're going to bloody need it. I wouldn't mind actually upgrading some of my trade buildings. Dry dock, not so much. Let's go and see what we're working with economical wise. Probably should upgrade some of my settlements. Where's the lowest after Boston? New York. Oh, that was, I didn't even know what that was. I've been trying to refrain from my American accent for the entirety of this part. I don't want to insult anyone. My American accent is horrible. I can barely do my own accent properly. We might as well build some happiness buildings. Why not? Put the money back into the economy, as I say. Let's do a save. I feel like we haven't done a... Wow, we haven't done a save at all. Slowly building up the economy. We have our plan in place. Obviously, we're buying for time. The longer the Great Britain doesn't attack us, the worse it is going to get for them. Obviously, we don't want to be too aggressive, even though I like being aggressive, but we need an army. It's kind of shit that we didn't have a decent standing army. But, what was I have to say? But guys, if you are enjoying this Empire Total War Darthmod campaign as the United States, please leave a like. I would really much appreciate it. And subscribe to keep up to date. There is a train going past, and it is in perfect timing during the Ottomans' turn. But, yeah, if you guys really enjoy this Empire Let's Play, I will definitely do more. Like I said, I was umming and ahhing between a Great Britain, a Sweden, or an Austrian campaign, but I did obviously make the decision now to play as the United States. Obviously not entirely realistic, but if we could spread the Republic of America and form a new United States, I think that would be fucking awesome, if I do say so myself. But yeah, this Ottomans time, yeah, it's about 30-40 seconds. Poland, Lithuania, I'm sorry, you're at war with Austria and Russia and Sweden. There's no point of you not. Yeah, I'm sorry. I feel bad. Looks like the Confederacy are marshalling at their border. New technology, workers' right. Is it getting that bad? We'll exempt them from tax. Oh no, one more turn until the Opera House has been constructed. We're gonna need to fix that before it gets too out of hand. Let's actually build just some. What's our cheapest unit? Even that's expensive. Oh no, it's what we'll get those rain units in there. Poland and Prussia are at war. Mughal Empire and Great Britain are at war. Interesting. Right, let's have a look at 3 cannons. So that army is done. That is ready to go. This army, I want 3 more units of cavalry. Oh, how much? Oh, wow, I didn't even notice. I shouldn't be constructing that much more. 3 in there. 3 in there. I didn't even realize I had that much. Actually, so we'll get some General's Bodyguard. We get 4. That would be perfect. How many slots have we got left? 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we got 3 more lots of line infantry. Obviously, we can't recruit any more 1st Delaware. But we are getting a strong fleet now. I wouldn't actually mind recruiting an admiral there. How is our trade node here going? Not too bad, not too bad. Okay, let's have a look at putting more money back into the economy. Oh, hang on. Oh, workers, right, okay. Not really too happy with me. But we're nearly ready to go to war with the Cherokee Nation, so I think that's probably the best target, seeing as Great Britain hasn't declared war on us. And we're nearly coming to 30 minutes, so we'll most likely have that in the next. So this was kind of a taste, sort of a tease, to get your sort of feedback. But I can see this campaign being really fucking awesome. I really can't wait. Now, for some reason, the Ottoman turn actually went really quick then. Very odd, I guess. Rebellion. Confederate. Oh. Oh, shit. Wow, it actually got really that bad. Well, okay, we're going to have to put these savage dogs down. Let's do that. Let's send our army. Oh, God, where's my general? Why didn't he, like, go with them? Right, we're going to put them down in this part. 2 lots of cannons, 2 lots of line infantry. Wait, what? What was that? I fucking skipped through something, and now we have a shit ton of generals. Henry Knox, soldier from birth. Israel Putnam, or Putnan, Nam. Interesting. Some decent warriors. Quite old, but nevertheless. Wait, what? Or did I make them generals? I am so fucking confused. Oh. Oh, I've seen what I've done here. I made General's Bodyguard because I assumed that these were General's Bodyguard, but they... Oh, okay. Okay, I'm retarded. I understand what I just did. Shit. I needed cavalry, not more... Yeah, fuck me. Well, I guess more generals isn't that bad. We don't necessarily need them. But... Ah, fuck. We'll get rid of some of these guys. They're going to cost me way too much money in upkeep. And they're quite old. We'll keep this guy, though. Henry Knox. He's fucking fantastic. My bad. As I said, this is my first campaign. That was the first thing I said, so... Don't take everything so seriously. Take it with a grain of salt. Alright. I think this is the most effective way to build stuff in Empire. Just bash that button. What was I going? 1, 2, 3. Wait, how many do we need now? Oh, we only need 3. The rest can be line infantry. Right. Those skirmishers are there. Let's do a save. We'll end the turn. Let's just hope this loyalist rebels to the English don't double in size. But we'll attack them this part. And have our first battle as the United States of America. We'll be able to see our units and have a bit of a taste and a tease of what's to come. But I feel like obviously we're going to have to... I think it's a good idea picking apart the indigenous populace. Obviously they don't have the biggest and best well-equipped soldiers compared to some of the major European powers. So that's why India is so good to invade early on. Obviously it's a late campaign and... Well, and it's obviously Darthmod as well. I kind of forget that. But we currently have 2 full stacks. And I can't wait to start cracking on. Wouldn't mind some more alliances. Obviously we're allies with France, Spain. I am missing a couple of people. I can't remember. But we'll get rid of these rebels, which I kind of foolishly cropped up. They're actually besieging Boston. Are you serious? Let's attack. An army must... I can't bother reading the quote. But as you said, we're playing a Darthmod. 8.0, I do believe. Oh, I forgot to mention as well, I do have music muted. Empire Total War is notorious for having copyrighted music, so I've had problems with copyright in the past, so I've completely disabled it, so there is no music. I do apologise. I myself get immersed into Total War campaigns here, especially with the Third Age mod. You got the Lord of the Rings music playing, it's coming down. In this, the drums and whatnot, but unfortunately it's copyrighted and I can't upload it to YouTube. Okay, so we've got some deployable defenses. Use these trenches. Nice. Okay, so we've got some trenches here. We have some spikes also. There's no cavalry in that army, so it's not actually going to help me. Now, how far do these trenches expand? Is it the more I deploy out? No, it's just like that. Right, what are we working with here? Obviously, my main army is going to be fighting most of it. I don't really want to be fighting them over this fence. Gives them more protection. But then I guess, obviously, this gives me more protection if I do that. We'll just leave it like that. Right. Let's start the deployment. Reinforcements have arrived. Awesome. We have our skirmishers. Some of them are standing on the top. Those crazy bastards. But here are the English loyalists. But here we have the United States of America. We're gonna fuck these bastards up. Obviously want to get in here as quickly as possible. Here comes the line infantry, which are going to be awesome. They're the drums. Awesome. A little bit loud. But let's start speeding things up a bit. I wonder if we can get a cavalry engagement. We are playing on huge units, so as you see, some of these there's 121 men in that. I thought we were playing slow motion for a second, and there's 300 men per squadron. So what are they doing here? It looks like they're coming to face us in a line infantry battle. My cannons aren't going to really do overly that much, but maybe if we can get my cavalry behind the enemy lines, we might be able to do something. Right, okay, let's do that now. Let's flank. We're going to have to risk it here. Oh, I don't actually know. We'll push around this far side. We'll push you around this side. Alright. Let's move these guys up. Leave my general just here. Let's hope he doesn't get picked off by any sort of units. But let's try and eliminate their artillery as quickly as possible. For some reason they've left it incredibly exposed. But they're trying to make up their mind here. Obviously I want to move these guys in as quickly as possible. My men are shooting. I am playing on ultra graphics because I have my brand new computer, so this should just look fucking awesome. Actually broken that rank, but this cavalry charge is coming in now. Let's start killing these bastards. Let's get this cavalry charge in. For the America! Awesome. Charges in this don't look the best, but oh my god, this is awesome in the snow. Men, take aim. Fire. Vive la France! I don't know why we would be saying that. We are allies with France. I would like to keep that. Got my cannons coming in. Like I said, I don't really need them. Let's whip around here and get a direct cavalry charge into their men. I reckon that would be actually quite effective. Oh, actually, no. We just got rinsed then. I don't know. Yeah, probably lost a lot more than what I would like. But let's start finishing these guys off now. They're starting to annoy me. They wouldn't have had time to attach bayonets. I know they have, but let's fall out. We need to get these guys over and done with. Get these guys out of their formation. Okay, so they're in a lined formation now. Get the... oh, no, they're only just forming squares now. Let's get my cavalry out of there. I don't want them to lose any more losses. What if my cannons are anywhere nearby? Let's go get their rangers. Obviously, you got to be very, very conscious of friendly fire. So, these rangers are just going to be run down here. Alright, let's start speeding things up. This battle's taking a lot longer than what I would expect. This is actually my first Darthmod campaign, so there's also that. Obviously, Darthmod enhances everything. Victory. Let's end it there. Heroic victory, apparently. Fair enough. We have won a victory. But may I never see such another. French General, the Battle of Fontany. Right. Elliot Janes deployed 788 and lost 782 on the field. John Sullivan deployed 4,172 and lost 107 on the field. Solid victory. Probably lost a lot more men than what we needed, but the rule of thumb I usually take from Total War, if you lose half of what the enemy deployed, that's a good victory. If it's any more or less than that, obviously less being better and more being not so good. But we've officially quelled the rebellion. And most of my stuff is being created. Right, we've hit 41 minutes in this episode. A solid first episode. We've had a battle. We're slowly starting to build up the United States. We're most likely going to be going toward the Cherokee Nations. Simply because, as you see here, they... Oh, shit. They made an alliance with them, the Confederacy, who are actually allies with England, so we might not be going to war with them just yet. We might actually be going to war with actual England, but we'll just have to see. Let me know in the comment section down below your constructive criticism, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Please leave a like to support this series and my channel. I do put a lot of effort into my videos, and a simple like really does go a long way. And please subscribe to keep up to date with this campaign and future Total War campaigns on my channel. Thanks so much for watching. If you watched all the way through, let me know in the comment section down. Actually, before I go, if you've watched all the way through, I really like doing this. I only do it ever so often on First Bit. If you have watched all the way through this 42-minute video, put in the comment section down below, Simpzy likes turtles. That is, Simpzy likes turtles. It completely fucks with all the other subscribers when all these other people are going, Simpzy like turtles? What the fuck? What's this inside joke? Why am I not a part of it? If you watched all the way through, put in the comment section down below, Simpzy like turtles. I'm officially going to end it here. Thank you very much for watching. Goodbye.